As major tech companies force employees to return to the office, there's a lingering question on many minds. Why? The most common answer is productivity. Those of us on team work from home are quick to point out that companies have software to measure productivity and strict rules about overemployment. There may be another reason driving the push to return to office that companies are reluctant to acknowledge. Ghost employees. Ghost employees pretend to be someone else. Often they don't even live the country they claim to be in. Tech companies are one of their primary targets. It's a global phenomenon that has roots in South Asia. A Daily Dot investigation reveals that South Asian IT companies may be stealing thousands of American jobs by posing as U.S. residents. In some cases, sources say they're stealing Americans' identities to secure these jobs. Industrial espionage is a real issue in the tech industry and a top concern of both the White House and tech companies who spend millions annually to protect trade secrets and intellectual property from falling into the wrong hands. But what happens when one of their own employees is using someone else's or a fake identity? And what happens when that person is on another continent? A remote employee using a stolen identity isn't bound by an NDA or confidentiality agreement. The ghost employee industry is being driven in part by the AI boom and its sudden demand for engineers. Last October, President Biden issued an executive order setting new standards for safety and security within the industry, while also encouraging development. The order came after his administration secured commitments from several AI companies to manage risks posed by the technology, risks like deepfakes and the creation of non-consensual sexual images. The companies commit to investing in cybersecurity and insider threat safeguards to protect proprietary and unreleased model weights. In the race for dominance, however, insiders say companies are being duped into hiring people on the other side of the planet. 2 years ago, the FBI Internet Crime Complaint Center released a public service announcement about cybercriminals using deepfakes and stolen identities to apply for a variety of remote positions. The remote work or work-from-home positions identified in these reports include information technology and computer programming, database, and software-related job functions. Notably, some reported positions include access to customer, personal identifiable information, financial data, corporate IT databases, and/or proprietary information. Over the last few years, the Justice Department has made multiple announcements about an alleged ghost employee scheme being run by North Korea to fund its weapons programs. Pakistan appears to be an epicenter of the ghost employee industry. DevSync and Kinetic Hire are two Pakistani companies accused of farming out ghost employees to U.S. companies. Multiple sources told the Daily Dot that both DevSync and Kinetic Hire employ remote workers who pose as U.S. residents and have successfully gotten hired by several American companies. Records show that neither is a registered business in the U.S. states they claim to be based in. Both DevSync and Kinetic Hire categorically deny it and insist they are global companies with operations in the U.S. and Pakistan. These are but two companies sources say are running ghost employee operations out of Pakistan. There are reportedly 400 such companies in that country alone. Based on estimates, tens of thousands of jobs meant for Americans may be held by ghost employees in Pakistan. In some cases, sources say, upwards of 4 or 5 people will perform a single job. So what's being done to crack down on the global ghost employee industry? Not much. In Pakistan, at least, sources say there are no plans to do anything about it. According to industry insiders, neither the country's trade association or its IT industry regulator have any appetite for taking on the proliferation of ghost employees there, both out of fears of embarrassing the country and of losing the income it generates. Other than issuing vague warnings and disrupting an alleged North Korean ghost employee operation, the U.S. doesn't appear eager to take on Pakistani ghost employees either. A Justice Department spokesperson told the Daily Dot it doesn't have any ghost employee cases focused on Pakistan. Head to thedailydot.com to see more on this and other stories like it.